Hello, I want to talk about rehab. So in 2018, after a long stay in hospital, I was 9 weeks in a coma. I got flown back to, because I was in Spain at the time for 6 weeks of that coma, I got flown back to the UK after the 6 weeks, and I was in a coma still for a further 3 weeks. I was then woken up, and a week after that I was moved to Bedford Hospital for my amputations. I spent about 3 months in bed in Bedford Hospital, waiting to be referred. Well, my arms had to heal because I had debridlement on all the black, so I'm covered in scars from the sepsis. And I had to wait for them to heal so that I could go to rehab. So they healed. They took about 3 months before I could go to rehab. I ended up going to rehab. And so I'd been probably 6 months literally laid on my back, and my body had no idea how to move. I'm going to put a video on here so you can see the video that I put on my socials yesterday of me at rehab. This was quite a way after I'd started my rehab, because at first they used to have to hoist me from bed to a wheelchair to take me to the gym. Then they'd have to hoist me from the wheelchair onto a plinth in the gym. And I had to try and learn how to sit up again. My body literally didn't know how. Now that sounds crazy. And I thought, oh, don't be stupid, of course I can sit up, but I couldn't. I would literally just flop back. And then I had to learn how to kind of walk on my bottom. And it was a really tiny shuffles at first. And then all of a sudden the brain engaged with my hip, and I knew to pick my hip up and move so that I was actually kind of walking on my bottom. It looks harder, I think, on the bed to do than it is actually on a floor. On a hard surface, it's actually, I can do it really quickly. On a bed, it's much harder because obviously the mattress is a bit springy, so it moves. So you'll see that in the video. But I just thought I'd give you a little insight into my rehab after my stint in hospital. And I had 7 weeks in rehab. I'd been booked for 12, and I worked really, really hard and smashed it in 7, and they let me go home. And it was so amazing to finally see my fur babies after all that time. And I'm getting emotional now because I thought they might have forgotten me, and they hadn't. They went crazy when they saw me, and they knew exactly who I was, and it was so wonderful. So it was really good to get home. Thanks for listening. Take care.